Wake up to the rhythm of Nigeria as we celebrate our amazing dances, delving in to showcase our diversity, our identity, and our pride. You are in the right place.
Indeed, you are in the right place. From the storms of our ancestral drums to our identity. Honestly, today we are telling stories in movements. Our dances are not just steps, they are the heartbeat of our heritage.
Indeed, that's so rich and it's already thought-provoking. Every step has a message, every story has emotion behind it, and every sound takes us to another dimension. The dynamics of our Nigerian dances cannot be overemphasized. First in Africa, perhaps even first in the world.
Yes, you can say that again, Thelma. From intricate footworks to the colorful costumes. Once again, I say our dances are not just for mere entertainment, they are a way of life. And that's why today on the show, we are celebrating the movements and stories that have been delicately woven into the fabric of our identity. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show coming to you from the network service of the NTA. It is also streaming on YouTube at NTA Live. Come on, people, let's get this show started.
Indeed, the show has started, and you get to know why you call it our tradition. We call them cultural and national treasures. My name is Thelma Obaza. The groove has started with you. But first, let's spend some time with Zeret, getting the highlights for the day, and then we will be right back. Don't you go anywhere.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service over NTA. Today, our focus is on our pride, which is our dances. So we say it's our dances, our pride. We all know that dance is a powerful tool for expression. Now, in our studio is someone who's going to be expressing himself in another way. But you know how the world of artists is. We do different things and we express ourselves differently. Now, one of our guests today is going to be expressing himself differently, but on the canvas. He is Alhamdulillah Andrew. Let's see his profile.
Okay, that's Alhamdulillah. Okay. I know that you have an amazing surprise. What you have designed is suspense filled. So please get on with it. And while our viewers and us indeed wait to see the magic that your canvas will produce, we say well done, and it's a pleasure to host you on Weekend Deal today as we celebrate our rich cultural heritage. Oh, see my sister today. See Benway on point. Oh, we are there. Okay, our background feature now. We talk about the captivating and energizing background story of our rich cultural heritage with special focus on dance.
A man's culture is reflected in the clothes he wears, the language he speaks, and the food he eats. You can also know the origin of a man through dances and drums.
Agbele koto
Yoruba land, musical instruments like the talking drum, known as dundu, bata drum, shakara, agidigbo, shekere, and agogo are used during ceremonies and religious activities. This produces rhythmic sound which blends with songs and people can hardly resist dancing. Bata dance is one of the notable traditional dances in southwest Nigeria. It is a unique dance and there is a story behind it.
Drums and their instruments are means of communication in Yoruba land ever before the colonialists stepped on our soil, ever before they came here. Because when you go to palaces, kings, royals would be inside their palaces, indoor. But the drummers outside will start drumming oriki, panegyric of visitors, or names of visitors. So right inside the palace, the king and his retinue are being sounded that XYZ visitor is here. So it's a form of communication.
The dancing style is more than just a movement. It is used as a speech surrogate that ensures communication between humans and deities like Shango, Oya, Ogun, and Egungun.
Shango, as we all know, was a king in old Oyo Empire, and he was a very powerful deity. That's why Yorubas dedicate bata to him, because Dudu and Shekere is considered to be effeminate, slow, deep, but when you hear the sound of bata, kola, 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 very strong. That's why they give it to Shango.
According to experts, dances have therapeutic effect.
Music is a therapy that can soften the heart, that can make the sad to be happy. That is why in Yoruba land, particularly during masquerades, Egungun festival, the drummers set the masquerades on war path with the tempo of the drums. So music, drums do affect human thinking and actions.
Indeed, the Bata dance has gone a long way in showcasing the rich cultural heritage of the Yoruba people to the outside world.
Thank you so much, NTA Ibadan. That was rich. We as Nigerians are proud of our cultural heritage. And it's on that note we'll be going to NTA Sokoto that will be telling us about dance as an expression of a celebration. NTA Sokoto, take it away.
Dance is a universal language that connects us to our culture, community, and self. It weaves the threads of the soul and ignites the spirit alive.
This dance that you are seeing is the dance representing Maya house of Yabo. This is a choreographic dance that goes with a rhythm.
It is a tradition that when you partake in sharu, you will be highly respected as a man.
Our shared humanity have found expression in our traditional dances, from the Fulani Sharo dance to the royal beats in Yabo in Sokoto State, Nigeria. Dance plays unique roles.
So this dance, they are doing it in order to show their annual celebration during Salah or during an important event.
Idan sarkin kabin yabo When the king is going for war, the sound of the music serves as a moral booster. And when a new king is enthroned, the music plays. Yabo dance is one of the dances in Sokoto selected to represent the state during Abuja Carnival.
In the Fulani's tradition, Sharo is performed during ceremonies like marriage. We invite singers. Young women will gather to wrestle with each other to determine who is the strongest. Sharo is performed because it is a tradition. We have not achieved the essence of our celebrations if not performed.
Dance is beyond rhythmic movements as it communicates messages and unites bounds.
Sharo brings unity amongst us. When it is performed, people attend from far and near. The invitees stay for up to a week until the Sharo is over.
Every royal family has their unique traditional music peculiar to them. When such music sounds, they know they are being gingered to come out as heroes.
Dance is not just a movement. It is a celebration of life, of mysteries yet to be unfolded.
Dance as the soul of many a celebration. Talk about wedding ceremonies, birthday parties. Talking about wedding ceremonies, Patience, you know what Nigeria just celebrated? It was PJ all the way.
All the way.
And we saw the finest of Nigeria's entertainers come out to showcase the best of the best. Where there is no dancing, is it a celebration?
At all. Did you see what happened at that party?
Nigeria, drop
No
mic.
Nigerians, we
drop
cannot
mic,
one
Nigeria,
we cannot
beg.
one besha.
Number one in the world. Yes, so okay. We're talking about Yabo Ojo's daughter and her betrothed. Yes, it was Nigeria was agog.
Yes.
Okay, it's time to introduce a very interesting guest, and this is something I'm hearing for the very first time: a cultural engager. And you get to meet him and know exactly what that entails. I'm talking about David Olukitibi. His profile is next.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then sitting next to him is another beautiful lady. She is Good Ugoji. She told me how to pronounce her name. There's a particular O to the name. Gold Ugoji, yes. And she is a performing artist too. So you're welcome to We Can Deal.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So our conversation today is on dances. And I want to believe that both of you are no stranger to dance. But Thelma said something. She said it was cultural engager. It's a word she's hearing for the very first time. So please enlighten her. What exactly do you do as a cultural engager?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on the show. Yeah, so I work with Arts Artists, an organization that is pretty very invested and interested in creating programmings and events that further strengthens both in the dance scene, the theater scene, that further strengthens the community. So what I do, a cultural engager is somebody who promotes and creates awareness using cultural mediums like storytelling, dance, poetry, and very different cultural mediums to further elevate the culture in different communities from the grassroots to the top tier.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sounds rich. Sounds rich. You know what many historians and even indeed Nigerians talk about is that the vestibule, our rich heritage, the level to which we ought to have contained it or preserved it for those coming is gradually being depleted, or it hardly ever existed to the level where it ought to be for a country with such diverse, rich and vibrant cultures. But I know in the course of the show today, you will tell us how people of your ilk are doing what they ought to ensure that our heritage is well preserved. Yeah. But let's come to the artist. I said earlier, any celebration without music, you knock. Now, and good thing, Nigeria boasts very rich entertainers.
Yes, we do.
But it's one thing to entertain. It's another thing to have us excited enough to stand up and get jiggy with it.
Yes.
As a performing artist, what do you have in mind when you are seeking to engage your audience? We have the cultural engager. You are even one of us, because you need to engage your audience to get up and dance. And so, if they're very happy, they reach into their pockets and they bring glad songs like we saw in the past weekend. But tell us, what's up with PMs?
Okay, it's a very interesting question, because sometimes you meet people that have different things going on in their minds. Sometimes at the beginning they're like, it's dance, we've seen it before, but you have to find a way to make them feel like they're a part of that performance, make them feel like they are the ones performing. That's what moves them to want to be a part of it on stage. So what we do is, personally for me, I forget whatever it is that I'm going through. Even if I have a sad time, I forget it. I know that I have a job to engage the audience, to make them feel like they are in their homes, like they are in where they are coming from. So that's what I do. I try to smile, I make it elaborate, I make it happy, I make it joyful, and that way I spread it to the audience.
What kind of dances do you do?
I do all kinds of dances, but my major is traditional dance.
Okay. You tell stories with your dancers?
Definitely. Dance generally is storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
So that's it.
Okay. Let's engage our cultural engager, because Nigeria needs more people like you. Let's engage. Let's take it to the people. And you said from the bottom to the top. Good thing, you have a good message. Nigerians love entertainment.
Yes,
we love good performances.
Yes,
we love engaging music.
Yeah.
But tell us how you encapsulate all of this. Give us a typical engagement for you when you are engaging with typical Nigerians that comprise people above 60, middle-aged people, as well as young adults. What do you present to them? Who is on your train? Are you coming with Gold? Are you coming with Davido? Are you coming with, who is going to be on your train? Because you can't just be talking and be engaging us. What do you come powerfully built with to ensure that you engage the audience that you're going to be attending to, for example?
Thank you very much. It's pretty very interesting. Like Oluwabukumi would always say, when she talks about dance,
that's your twin? Yeah. See how you spoke as if we know her.
Yeah, she's the creative director of Arts Artists, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she uses this word. Our ancestors live on inside us. I'll pick from Peter Lovett, who says that dancers dance because they are linked to their genes and their hormones. And something interesting is that if you see a dancer, she's not just representing the body that is currently in front of you, she's representing people that were before. And you see, these are the things that comes into play. Either you're a dancer or a storyteller who is invested and very interested in their craft. You bring out this, there's a level of research work that has already been done on the ground. Okay. For anything to be reached, there has to be research. And thanks for likes of DK Chukwumerije, likes of Adewale Ajadi, likes of Bukumi, likes of even Gold. You see, they go down deep to the roots, invest in, research on approaches to take. Either using dance as an engagement, using poetry, using storytelling. But the key, to just sum it up, is storytelling. And as somebody who engages the community, you have to know who you're engaging. You have to know the kind of story you're telling. You have to know their experiences. You have to know what they've seen before and how to help them better tell that story. So as a cultural engager, these are the key elements we bring into play to ensure that you understand the message and you're able to grasp it.
Okay, so if I understand you, you're trying to change the society one performance at a time.
Yes.
That's basically what you're doing.
Yes.
You know, use satires. I want to believe you go satirical sometimes. You use dances to tell a story. Also, you have more to tell us, but right now the conversation is on. We'll go on a break. Don't go away because, see, it will get hotter and better.
Mai duniya da fadi ya mai dare da rana, jalla Allah ka taimaka mana. Baba da baba ga dargewa, don kaji tambari sai sarki, don kaji jiniya sai gwamna. Mai haƙuri mai cin arziki, ya yi mulki mai maganin isa.
Wow.
From the stables of Yahaya Entertainment.
Yes.
I saw some people. In fact, when I saw patients on the floor, like, okay now, I saw gold. In fact, gold was transported to another dimension. We say well done. That was amazing.
Well done.
It truly exemplified our story today. Our dances, our pride. And the instruments told us different stories of our diverse cultures. I know I recognize a talking drum. I don't know the amazing instrument, but I'm sure he would tell us in the course of the conversation. Gold, we saw you.
What were those steps? What were those steps?
What were you feeling when you now went down, then you turned round, then you started making now do. How did you feel? What was the message we're conveying? What were you hearing from the band?
I was hearing joy. I was hearing happiness. I was hearing it was like home calling. Yeah, basically.
And you try to pass that message with your body.
dance movements.
Amazing. That was very creatively done.
Thank you.
David.
Even David too.
David, I don't want
David left the studio. He called his twin self. With this.
So David, tell us, do you think that as Nigerians, we're as proud as we should be about our culture as far as dances are concerned? Or do you think we are neglecting something as important as dance that holds us together as a people?
I think there is so much work to still be done. There is really so much work to still be done. You get. I like the word Gold used when she says home. You know, when you asked her the question, what did you feel while listening to the people playing? And she said home. It is very important. We can't even talk about dance. We can't talk about our poetry, our style of poetry. We can't talk about the way we draw without talking about our identity, without talking about the people, without talking about the culture, without talking about the expression. People need to understand that the way they do what they do is because they are Nigerians. And there is still so much work. And that's why research is going on, so that people understand that it is not to identify with Nigeria, to identify with our kind of dances, to identify with our kind of poetry, to identify with our kind of sculptural paintings, drawings, and the way we engage community is because of who we are. It's because of who we are. And yeah, people haven't, there's still a lot of work. Like I said earlier, there is still a lot of work to be done. But people have to know that if they don't appreciate their culture, no one will help you appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's
You understand?
You know, just before we say thank you and well done and keep spreading the amazing news about the vibrance that Nigerian cultures exemplifies, let me ask you something, Gold. No, recently, or let me tell you something. We had a friend come from the United Kingdom who went to check up her DNA and found out that she's 75% Nigerian.
Wow.
But she's from the United Kingdom. She's, a British, and when she did that, her auntie, her uncle, her siblings, they all went and did. I found out the older they got, the more they had the close-knit tie with Nigeria. Nigerians are a proud people. But I want to ask, just before we wrap up, Nigeria is going through different experiences. How well are you juxtaposing, balancing, aligning what we are facing through your performances, so that people can understand and know that we are rich and there's hope if we continue to work together as a country?
Wow, okay. It's a lot.
Just say one word.
Yes, one word. I think we should embrace our identity more. That's one thing we're lacking. We're so engrossed with trying to please the Western world that we're forgetting our identity. So I think when we realize and remember where we come from, it will help us better, I don't know the word to use,
better embrace our
diversity,
better love our culture.
Thank you. And even do what we do better, because we have a lot of culture in us.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us. We are proud of you because you are young and you're doing what you're doing. So we know that this message will go far. We hope to have you in the studios again to engage with us, to talk to Nigerians. Thank you so much for coming on Weekend Deal. David and Good, we love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll be going to my home state. Hey! We are going to my home state where we have various dancers. And one dance we are very popular, known by, is our Swange. Let's go to Benue, please. Let's go to Benue.
That is the profound musical trumpet that heralds the popular and delightful Swange music and dance of the Tiv people of Benue State.
Prominently, late Oshio Adaki of blessed memory will be remembered. He's the one who composed the songs. That was his own style. He had a unique style. He started by composing these songs and then sang them with the use of the trumpet. We have that big trumpet. You find the lead using it to raise songs when Swange dance is being performed. So Oshio Adaki composed these songs, used the trumpet to sing these songs. So when you see the trumpeter blowing and just creating the rhythm, you find the dancers singing with their mouth, like saying the exact words or the things the trumpet is saying to synchronize.
All of these dances are delightful dances that can be harnessed for greater use for education purpose on several subject matters, for youth empowerment, and even for economic discourse, so that our people can begin to have a rethink about their economic life. And even for agricultural purpose, some of these messages that you want to send to the rural people and you want to do seminars, you don't need all that. If they are incorporated into these dances, it will be, well received, more received than, these academic papers presented to local people that don't even understand the English you're speaking. So dance speaks.
Music and movement are what gives Swange its popularity and acceptance as a symbolic representation of Tiv cultural identity.
With time, government got interested. They needed to project and promote and uphold this culture of the Tiv people. So they now brought Oshio Adaki down to even the Arts Council. He got employed. And so these songs became a thing of pride. The dances, those local steps that were taken, now had to be choreographed into a formal, beautiful dance with costume and the popular black and white. I think that is one thing that has really promoted the black and white, which is the traditional dress or cloth of the Tiv people. They now call it Swange because that is the what has promoted the cloth, the Swange dance.
The arena you meet for production determines the kind of choreography you do in Swange dance. In most cases, sometimes you just go and just give it to them the way the stage is. So you need to rehearse to be conversant with the routine of the dance.
Because of the dynamic qualities of the movement, dance instructors, choreographers can even use it for health purpose, where you can have dance clinics for people to use dance to keep fit and all of that. So Swange has high value and very versatile for anything you want to use it for.
Swange dance is indeed the most popular act of the Tiv people. It is remarkable for its graceful, slow, and rhythmic nature.
Give it up for them. Give it up for them. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, like I always say, we are only here because you are there, and we don't take joining our conversation for granted at all. I'll take some few messages. One says, and please let us know your name and where you're reaching us from, please. This one says, greetings to you all this morning. I really enjoyed the talking drums, especially when it's used in singing. Yoruba song from Gyang James Beatrice Joss. James, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Good morning to you, my people. I appreciate your program, Weekend Deal. I enjoy it. This is a program that has brought Nigerians together by showcasing our natural and cultural heritage. The lady dancer with the red dress, she has gone good. Well done. Jackson Udama from Otukpo, Benue State. Jackson, thank you so much for reaching out. And then I'll take this. Weekend Deal ladies are so good. Okay, you are fantastic. Fantabulous. Okay. I love the swanger dance. I'm yours, Dr. Kunle Adebowale, JP. I'm from Ilorin, Kwara State. Doctor, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And the last one I'll take, I love my culture. My culture is Edo. You and Thelma from the same place. Culture.
I don't know they carry last.
Okay, Thelma, start the introduction.
Okay, yeah, we have another set of very interesting and amazing guests here to enrich and nourish our conversation. I will start with the gentleman closest to me. He is Mr. Olukayode Felix Ayegusi, Artistic Director, Black Bones Theatre. His profile, next.
Okay,
Nice.
You're welcome, Sir K.
Thank you.
He's popularly known as Sir K, a man who has done so much as far as the theatre is concerned. Okay, so it's my singular pleasure. I am excited because our next guest is not just a guest, somebody I grew up with, my friend, my sister. She's a Koso, she dances well. Today, she had not only danced, but she's imparting knowledge because she's a lecturer with the University of Abuja. It's no other but Esther Ojogbani Onka. Let's see her profile.
I welcome you to Weekend Deal. You know that friends are made every day, you know, and once we meet and greet and identify what you're doing, we also can become very close friends. Welcome to Weekend Deal. You look amazing.
We want to snatch her from patience.
No, not snatching. No, we're celebrating excellence. So everyone can partake and be enriched by what you'll be sharing today. So welcome to Weekend Deal. And next hour. Oh yeah, now. Okay, we're not yet. Okay, we're not yet done. We have another guest here. He's Mohammed Suleiman, the President, Society of Nigerian Artists. Where, even if you don't know the name, when you see his face, know that this really is one of the finest that Nigeria builds. Let's see his profile. Oh, I'm told that there's no profile. Okay, why now?
He doesn't take pictures.
They are shy.
He makes pictures.
Okay, you'd have brought the ones they have been drawing. I've used that one to highlight your presence here. But welcome to Weekend Deal. Patience, please take it from here.
Okay, so I'll start. You know now. Actually, please, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to start with my friend.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I know something about you, the fact that you've taken Nigerian dances all over the world. How do people react to Nigerian dances when you go outside of Nigerian shore to perform?
People are usually fascinated. You know, we have a very rich culture. Our dances are unique, our costumes are unique, our intricate movements are unique. And so Nigeria, each time we hit the stage, there is life. You know, and you know, as we all know, dance is life. So each time a Nigerian hits the stage, you see life and you experience the culture of Nigeria, even without you talking.
Yes.
You know, because dance transcends language. It's boundless. So the moment a Nigerian hits the stage, life, you experience the Nigerian life. So they welcome us everywhere we go.
It's amazing.
They never get tired of it.
Amazing.
You know, never. They keep asking for more.
Indeed. You know what really enriches us? You know, beyond what we are singing, we are dancing, we are wearing. Everything aligns to
and we are playing the
attitude. Yes. That's why Nigerians, we know how to step now, within and without.
Yes.
When we go to another man's shores, we take over. Because we know who we are.
Yes.
That's why we have tagged our package today, our dances and our pride. Okay, Sir K.
Yes.
You say you don't dance again. I wonder. I know
I do dance, but not like
before.
Yes.
Okay, you don't want to perform for us today. You just want to enrich us with the gist. Okay, see how we are happy to celebrate Nigerian culture, Nigerian pride, you know, our diversity, our richness, our vastness, you know, we're overjoyed. Is it the same thing even within Nigeria? Because sometimes I see that many of us really have the time to enjoy this when we are at parties. How can we take it, make it an everyday thing? Because here on Weekend, you know, every week is a party. If you are watching us, join the fiesta. If you are physically present, it's joy to the world. So, the way some people have time to be doing like this, do like this, with what we can boast of. And she has enriched our discourse today with what they are talking about outside our shows. How can we take it to every nook and cranny? The joy of the great people of Nigeria, represented by these diversely cultured dances that we're talking about today.
Thank you very much, Thelma. Just before we came on set, we were having a slight discussion out there we're asking ourselves, are we doing enough with our culture? Are we appreciating our culture enough? And the obvious truth is we've not done enough with our culture. In fact, unfortunately, from what Esther said, people outside our shores seem to appreciate us more than we, the owners of the culture. I don't know whether it is because it's our own. So we just think it's no big deal, it's nothing. But people have consciously, and I'm always very, very, very intentional about the use of the word, that you must be conscious about what you're doing. You don't leave it to happen by accident. Because once you leave things to happen by chance, you cannot predict where it's going. But when you are intentional, you know what you're doing. What I'm saying is, we need to do more with using what we have. Everything about our culture is
So we must have a strategy.
is just super. These are things that In fact, people come and steal your culture and go and use it, and
yeah.
you are like, hey, this is ours. You know, but we the owners just play with it and think it's not worth the trouble. So for me, yes, you see us dancing, we're happy. The thing about us is whether we are sad, we dance. We are happy, we dance. We are whatever our situation.
We like to dance.
It's just who we are. You know. So
it's a good thing, isn't it?
It is, my sister. It's a very positive thing. Like Esther said, dance is life for us. You know. So for me, I think we need to do more. You just said it that people find it because of the situation. You find depression here. You find these are things that can actually liven up people. These are things that can take people out of whatever dark.
Like we saw patients just went on stage.
I mean, it's just there. So you can imagine. Let's even say more programs, for instance, even on air that have to do with dances of different. And from the messages you got, you hear people telling you they're sitting in their sitting rooms and they are dancing from just watching what our fantastic friends here have done. So you can imagine more of things like that. You can imagine what it will do. Then you can imagine people taking families and going to theaters to go and watch dances. You travel out of this country, almost every community has a local theater that you can just go to. There are performances happening every time. Dance performances, drama, and the rest of them. So there is always something for people to look forward to go take them out of their situation. And that's why you find them there. Sometimes it looks as if they don't have problems.
Even our youths will be engaged. Those who cannot dance will watch and be entertained and support those who are dancing and performing.
There. That is one area we have not even. Government now says where culture is the next oil. But the truth is, you don't reap where you do not sow. You must invest conscious. I keep using that word. You must be intentional. It cannot happen by Nollywood is as big as it is today because of the hard work of practitioners.
Yes.
Not because there was a deliberate effort by government to bring it to the level. Yes, you've seen one or two things done, but it has not really been properly coordinated and strategic.
And a structure.
So you cannot imagine what will happen in that kind of industry if government is intentional about what it wants to do. All these are young boys on this. The talents are there. There is no doubt about that in all these fields. When our boys sing, when they dance, when they act, it's too much. In fact, sometimes you just tell yourself it's too much. There's too much talent.
They are renowned.
It's too much.
Okay, thank you so much, Sake. Okay, I'll go to my Oga Mohammed, someone I've always known for a long time too. Esther, I didn't tell you I've known Mohammed for a long time. He's been a friend and he's also a member of the artistic world. You know, he draws and then he does other things. So tell me, Nigerian dancers, do you think we have what do you think we can do to move it forward as a people? What state are you from?
I'm from many states.
Many states. What dance? Let me even start by asking you. You say many states. It's a Nigerian. Oga Mohammed is just a Nigerian. What dance do you admire most? Cultural dance, from Swange to Atilogu, and then tell us how.
I think I got involved with the cultural. The cultural industry. So I've been. Like all of us together. So. I find very unique things about, say, various aspects of, say, different groups. And I won't say this is my best, but I'm someone that will always sit to get entertained. So the much more entertaining it is, the better. Some for the beats, some for the dances, and there are some for the costume. And so it's a lot of things. But on the ordinary, what makes me very happy is that the nation has not come to terms with the biggest employer of youth in the country, which is that very sector. Because wherever you go to, they're just there, they're employed, they offer their services. And not recognizing it, like the gentleman just said, is that you're doing a disservice to yourself. It is the biggest industry in the US. It's about the biggest also in the UK. And you see what Chinese are doing with it. They go to every country, they roam with it. We don't go anywhere with ours. We let them stay where they are and hoping that maybe they'll come back one day to get recognized. So there must be deliberate attempts to getting this very, very well articulated. Even if we start from our embassies and we say, let's go around our embassies of all of our national days. So they go and they show other people the very, very rich cultural, heritage that we have in Nigeria, other than talk about it at all times. But then private also institutions can do a lot with that. Okay. But for me, my favorite at all times, if you want to come to dances and everything, is that I like to see movements that are not necessarily the Ekombi kind of dance or the Owigi, but there is a particular place in River State, where it's about the body movement, and then you see, for the sexuality of it. So I would say it is about the
Can you imagine the guy having?
Interesting. They're all smiling at our eyes. Wow. Is he really saying that? Something must hold somebody's attention.
Yeah.
Because sometimes singing well, telling a story, holding an instrument, sometimes you need to engage in that unique way that will continue to replicate itself in a way that Nigerians say, But our brand is multidimensional and very interesting, though intricate in some cases. But let me ask you something, Professor Dr. Esther, childhood friend of Patience. Who is now your friend? I love your aura, and perhaps it comes with what you're doing with your life and what you have been doing from time. When you walk in, you bring something along with you, even if you're not dancing yet. Perhaps you'll not give the world that your special moment. But I know when we were younger, we had something we called that looked like traveling theaters. As much as our history teachers are doing what they can in schools, primary and secondary schools, we had the major support of theaters, even the ones that were not resident in our towns. We had the theaters that would come from maybe River State, that would come from Lagos. They would be doing nationwide tours. Then our parents would pick us, come. I got to be excited because we see the way they will dance. There'll be monologues.
Yes.
We'll be listening. How did he or she learn all those lines? But even in that well-versed or well-rehearsed lines is the rich history of Nigeria. It wasn't about, are they Igbo, are they Yoruba, are they Hausa? Yes. Everybody will be glued like this. Yes. Where are traveling theaters? Perhaps these young people you are building in schools will take us. We'll take our children on the very interesting tours that we enjoyed when we were young. Any hope of that ever coming to pass again?
Wow. Well, you see, even if we have people who are interested in those things now, the security in this country. How do you travel? For instance, I teach in a university, and we all know, for us who are theater graduates, you know the trainings. Yes. You do all nights, you do long rehearsals and all that. We don't have that anymore in institutions. For instance, my institution, you don't, if you have we do most of our performances are matinees now, daytime performances. Yes. Because once it's 6, 7, they tell you, can you let these children go so that we don't have, issues. And then there is a course we do in school. It's called TFD, Theatre for Development, Community Theatre, where we go to stay with the communities and learn about them, try to know who they are, their culture and all that. And in that way, we are also able to make them see certain things in a way where they can help themselves to become conscious of the things they can do for themselves. But even that, we don't do the homestead methods anymore. Now we just go visit. We just flood the village, visit them, stay for a few hours, and we disappear. Because you cannot risk having someone's child out there. Even you are at risk. So we don't do that anymore. So the question, like I said, even if we have people who are interested, what happens to the security? If we can take care of security first, I think that would come out. So that's a big challenge. Wow. It's a big challenge. Even going to theaters now, how many persons would readily go to theaters and stay till night and they're on their way back home because of the situation of the country? So you see, the theater is suffering.
And I'm sorry, can I just chip in something? In addition to the issue of security, there is an obvious lack of infrastructure for the theater. Like I said, there are places you go to and almost every community has a small theater. In Abuja, for instance, that was the original plan. Because if you noticed, if you've been to Area 1, Area 2, those were the early developments in this town. You will see they had what they call community center, the shopping center, there is a hall, there is a small hospital, there is a small shopping mall, just like a small civic center. And the key point there, what I'm driving at, is that there is that hall that is actually built for such things.
Performance.
But after one or two of such in 2 or 3 of the areas, it stopped. You won't find them anywhere again. So again, like she said, if you even want to do such performances, where? The theaters we used to have in those days have been converted to other things.
Multi-purpose. Amazing.
In Abuja, for instance, you can't find a purpose-built hall for theater.
No.
So people who want to do performances, convert hotels, convert markets, convert all kinds of places for performances. So there are no purpose-built halls. So those are the areas where, like I said, if you want to be intentional about making this practice, bringing it up to the level, you should actually. I quite agree with the issue of security, but even in the community, if they gather themselves, where do they go? Except you go to the marketplace.
It's amazing how when we talk about insecurity, for example, we only think about farmers and businessmen. And then Esther just reminded us that it's also affecting the theater.
Yes.
So we continue to pray that we get the needed security for every aspect of our nation to grow and grow well. We will take a break now. We are here. The conversation, trust me, just getting started. So don't go away.
Zama da masoyi mai daɗi har na ji
Amazing. Okay, sir. Please.
We have the papers here, and then we have our guest joining us to take the papers. Oga Mohammed, like I love to call you. What papers do you have? And take your paper.
I have what I have is here. Here is Weekend Trust,
okay.
And interestingly, okay, this has a headline that I like so much here,
okay,
which is Nigeria could be greater than America, by Lindsay Barrett. Lindsay Barrett is a Jamaican who naturalized here in Nigeria, and back then in the 60s. And I think he was even a part of the 77 First Act. So listening to a gentleman like this, you know how very, very hopeful this is. And I think it's about, say, the in-depth look into what Nigeria's cultural industry is.
Yes,
so
we say amen to that, especially now that we're talking about our culture.
Yes.
What a right time for him to speak. I have the Saturday Sun here, and I'll take one story because of time. My only one story is really sad and heartbreaking. Banditry, bloody North Central. It says 22 slain in Benue, 134 in Plateau, 104 in Nasarawa, and 57 in Kogi in 6 months. We'll start defending ourselves since the government has failed us, says MBF. I don't know who MBF is, but if you want to know, get a copy of Saturday Sun. And with that, on that sad note, I'll be moving to the Saturday Telegraph. And it says how consistency of health professionals, what to eat or avoid, how inconsistency of health professionals create confusion. You know how they say today this is good, tomorrow they say it's bad. Egg is good. As you're eating egg, they say if you eat egg, something will happen. So it's a whole confusion going on. But if you want to know what it is, pick a copy of Saturday Telegraph, and that story is on page 28 and 29, and there are so many stories. We can't take it all because of time. Get a copy of Saturday Telegraph or Saturday Sun. Esther, what do you have?
Okay, and from Blueprint Weekend, I'll take this story. It says rising cost of Medicare. Concerns as more Nigerians turn to social media for prescriptions. Under it, we have quacks having field day on social media, says expert. Celebrities, influencers often mislead followers, Dr. Obani. Stories of Nigerians slumping, dying, commonplace due to self-medication. For details on that, you can go to pages 8 and 9.
Thank you.
Of Blueprint Weekend.
You know, your health is really in your hands.
Yeah, so whatever you do,
be very vigilant about what you put in to this body. It's a gift.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I have a leadership weekend, and the major headline here, which I also like, is yes, although it's talking about something that we've not been too comfortable with, but it says governors, defense ministers, security chiefs strategize against killings. I think it's high time they did this, and you know, this is going to offer some kind of respite, some hope that finally something is being done to arrest all this insecurity we are talking about. So this is a very good move by the governors and the defense team.
Okay.
I think this will actually yield positive results.
Very good. Nigerians are waiting with bated breath. Everyone is desirous of security so that Nigeria can progress. Okay, The Nation is my first paper. The bold headline here is talking about People's Democratic Party, and it says Atiku hits PDP leaders as the governor of Delta State, that's Oborevwori, defection or unsettles the party. He accuses them of sipping tea and making great deals. Okay, but something here is very touching, very poignant, especially as I'm a Catholic, and the whole world saw the Pope have Mass on Sunday, and then we had the demise on Monday. And what is very intriguing is about the very simplistic life that he lived. Not like any other pope before him. Never had a house. Say he left only $100 in his account. No extra account, just that $100. And he left explicit instructions about how he wanted to be buried. As simply as he lived, inter me quietly and let the show go on. May his soul rest in. Time for
Are you one of the?
No, she's the one.
No, see me.
Where is Simen today?
But let's celebrate the ladies today. It's about Toby and Musa, Nigeria's finest ladies on the tracks. She's a reigning world champion and she's running today. So Nigerians root for her, okay, and ensure that she wins. And it's time for Godwin to take it with Sports Summit. Tell us more. I do know that Godwin's been talking with Blessing Okoro Dudu, the first female to get a silver medal at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. Blessing, will celebrate you. Has any other woman achieved that feat, Godwin? Okay, tell us. It's time for Sports Summit. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Godwin. We are super proud of Blessing Ogboro Dudu, and we hope that more young ladies will follow her path, and make us all proud. Okay, your messages are coming in. Let me quickly take some of your messages. Somebody says here, Nigeria is a country of rich cultural diversity. Oh, unfortunately, our land is soaked with blood, and there's needless killings going on. My heart aches. You didn't tell us your name. You didn't tell us where you're reaching us. We have too many beautiful dances, but how can the dances take away the pain we feel? We will not forget our culture, and we know that one day all this will be in the past, and we will dance together again, and our land will be cleaned by God's mighty grace. Somebody say, I love the song, the culture builder from Yusuf Khalid. Okay, your lineup today has been engaging. The Ibadan chief and the young reminded me of my growing up in Owan, Edo State. Please keep it up, Wilson. Thank you so much, Wilson. Okay. Oh, it's long ago. It started with anti-patience. Am I that old? Anti-patience. Babe, patience. What is that, babe? Patience. Billionaire, babe. Mama, patience. Okay, let's say mama by mistake. Sorry. Babe, patience. Youngie, patience. I know one old. He says, anti-patience, you're too much. I greet you all in the Wicked Studios. Anti-Telma, you guys are doing a great job. We should keep the Nigerian spirit on. Okay, patience. Patience, you forgot Auntie here. Patience, you always make me laugh, and I enjoy it. You are a product of Nigeria. We are all.
You say you are young. Now?
When you use it, I didn't like it. When you use it, I didn't like it. See how we don't know what we like. You say you are all proud daughters of Nigeria. Remember the reason we will all continue to smile. With respect to you and Telma and all the amazing guests in the studio, Kazim Meduguri, kudos NTA. Thank you so much, Kazim. It says, hi Weekend D, you are all looking good in the studio, you and your guests. My name is Felix Jr. You didn't tell us where you're coming from. One says, good morning NTA, our culture is our heritage and your dances are the joy of our heritage. Ambassador Matthew O. Olawumi, Ogun State. Osun State, actually, he corrected it. Osun State. Thank you so much, Ambassador. We love you. That's why we are here, weekend in, weekend out. Our conversation continues. Thelma, take it from there.
It's always very engaging to hear what Nigerians think and see everybody celebrating the diversity that is us. So why don't we take it out and apply it in all that we do? Nothing should divide us. We are one. You know, when you ask me where I'm from, I often say Nigeria. But when patients are boasting about Benue, I say, you know, you carry last. Okay, let me talk with Oga here. Patients addressed you as Oga. Let me come.
Oga Mohammed.
Ogas are plenty. Oga Mohammed. Yes,
yeah.
nice one. You know that we're asking our first guests, young people who are so interested in sharing the gospel of the Nigeria's diversely cultured an Afrocentric nation. Let me talk with you now. There are so many ways we can share and celebrate what Nigeria is. He said we're not doing enough with our dances and culture. Are we doing enough with our painting, our sculptures? Because sometimes when we go for exhibitions, we are moved because each one is telling a story. Yes. Are we doing enough? And if we're not, what limits us and what are the plans to take it to the next high, upwardly mobile level?
Okay, so I will start by citing examples. For instance, we have a history here in Nigeria where they say, like in Benin, for instance, if the whites had to come down to Benin, for instance, to cut away works, and the works are in their museums today, and it's reckoning, reeling in billions, as in dollars and pounds everywhere. So that tells you that you, the architect yourself, you, the artist, the ones that have actually brought this to fore, back as in 1897, that's like, centuries ago. So if we were that great, and it is making money for other nations, and they count it as part of their own budgetary, say, provisions every time, why do you want to look at yourself as having done anything well at all? So if you look like in that Benin, for instance, so there is a Museum of West African Art. So let's say that's by the former governor. So, but when you look through that, you will still say, have we been very deliberate at trying to make it, say, monetize it? And then they will tell you from abroad that we want to bring these works to you. But if we bring them to you, you have no place to keep them. And I ask the question again,
can you imagine?
Where did you take them from in the first instance? And how were they keeping it? In the past, there was nothing like heavy technology then. So I think that was very insulting to us too. So, and then when you look, and my own is that they are looking for excuses not to ever bring those works here. But Germany has done.
But they've brought some.
Yeah, that's Germany. I'm still going to. Germany has done well by bringing in some there, and then the cockerel that also came to Nigeria. But then again, on our own part too, let's ask ourselves. In that same Benin, how has the government of Edo State tried so much to say, let's educate the younger ones, let's teach them the art that is making so much heap abroad. Have we done that?
Long traditions.
We wear this tie and dye at all times, and then batik, and we know the Oshun area, how it has been. But we were still with it when the Chinese also, start using machine to do it. And we're complaining. So we are seated on that heavy gold mine, and then they begin to do it. We're here with our own ashoke and at all times, and the Ghanaians have their own kente. The Ghanaians have gone as far as, flexing it out by making it into prints, so making it affordable to other people. So you can have it as summer wear, you can have it as winter even abroad if you want. So have we been deliberate at making it a marketable item? So every year we go in for festivals and we have a lot of things that we want to push out. How very deliberate have we been to making sure that the next person out in the other country is accepting it? So if we're also looking at the very young ones that are also in schools, are we teaching them the ways to navigate or get through this, and then say that, teach them so that when they come out, they get to the international community also to say, because if you don't have what to sell to other nations, you cannot be rich by just selling to yourselves only. So those attempts are, but if you ask me whether we've done enough, I would say I think we have not even started. Because it's so very wide, and if you look at the industry, it's in the U.S., for instance, this sector is bigger than even agriculture. So if you look at other nations, by the way, there is no nation that moves so very much forward if it does not project what is culturally them. It's in the dances, it's in the poetry, it's in everything, it's in the art. So basically, so we've not done anything.
So you have a lot of work to do, you and your team. No one's saying they have not. Everybody waiting for the day, for the week. What about you?
Yes,
since
because
you've identified the challenge, you can start.
What we have started to do, for instance, is that just 2 years ago, we were able to bring in over 50 students from different schools here in the FCT here, and then we say take them into workshops and teach them, master them onto this very level, because we know that those that have grown have grown. So on this level, we want to start from that very, so it's like youth, development. So when you try that, and then again, we also institute we instituted challenges, competitions, and the rest. And we have also encouraged other, nations who also come into us and are investing into what we're doing. So they put their contests everywhere on various levels. So one day, very soon, we'll have a festival that celebrates not just the art, but functional art, so that you'll be able to move. We'll be designing computers, because all of these cars you see, these are automobile designing. So it does not end on just painting and sculpting. So you're able to transform and say, Innocent Motors, okay, you've done so well. This is what a Ferrari should look like, and these are the designs. So it's limitless. The laptops that you see that become very slim today are designed actually. So everything that you see just around you, everything. So we want to make sure that we take care of those areas there, while we also appeal to the corporate organizations that please step in, because government may not be able to do it alone by itself.
My takeaway from there would be that at the heart of our roots is our cultural heritage. If we're able to develop our cultural heritage, there are no limits. And I do know that when it comes to cultural tourism, some countries are taking advantage of their culture. People travel all over the world to go to the Latin American countries for their carnivals. They say carnivals. And I do know that we used to have a big carnival here, the Calabar Carnival. What's going on with that, Sake? Why are we not having those carnivals? Used to make me proud. So what's going on with our carnivals? So that people can leave and come.
Like you said, part of our problems in this part is the consistency. I know that the Calabar Carnival, a particular administration started it because the governor at that time was interested, and he pushed it to a level that the whole world knew about it, and people were coming from all over the world for Calabar Carnival. It was huge, my sister. Well, I think the successive government did not have that kind of passion for it. They dropped it, but now I know there's an effort. So it's been up, down, up, and when you are like that, it's difficult to have that followership. That the real carnival you're talking about is consistent, it's steady. The Notting Hill Carnival is
Notting Hill Carnival
every year. Berlin Carnival is there. You can actually plan.
Nigerians even go there.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
Their numbers. In their numbers.
Notting Hill Carnival, and we'll not be able to grow as here. Well, the story of success is starting with all of us here today, and it's good news, good news, good news. Let's go see what that gentleman's been doing there.
Oh yes,
when the show began today, Alhamdulillah said, just watch and wait. It's suspense filled. Allow me my paintbrush and my canvas. I'm going to do magic. Alhamdulillah, is it magic here? Magical. I guess, please tell us, what do you see? What do you see?
Well,
okay. Alhamdulillah, you need to join us. You might come and sit here.
Because of the show, shouldn't somebody stand and go see?
No, it's even coming. They say you should join us.
Maybe they should show us what he's doing.
They'll show us. Yes, it came with a blank canvas.
Okay.
Please sit.
Please join us.
So you tell us what's happening there.
Okay.
Are we seeing Shekere? What's that? What's happening?
Please, somebody should give us. Somebody should give it to us on the screen so that we can actually see. Let him explain what he has done.
Okay, talking about musical instruments, traditional musical instruments in Nigeria. So I painted a composition of different musical instruments.
Okay.
And I was deliberate.
It's beautiful.
I was deliberate to bring in the various classifications of musical instruments, because in modern music there are majorly 4 classifications. Some say 5. I'll go with the classification of idiophones, membranophones, aerophones. Yes, and these are modern classifications. It's interesting that our people from ages past knew of the diversities of this.
Even though they didn't classify them like that, they had them.
We're not school. They creatively grouped them.
They had them.
And so each of these classification of musical instruments have their voice textures. And you back when I was a child, I remember I used to be worried that when we play all these instruments together, one day
clash.
The clashing. So, but there's this beautiful way that they play them and it harmonizes.
Yes.
And for me, it goes a long way to also talk about the diversity of Nigeria.
Amazing, amazing.
We are different people, but when we come together, there's
That's
this
what you have
harmony that
indicated there.
Yes.
Amazing.
Great work, my brother.
We say well done.
Nice
Even
one,
right
nice
here, we're
one,
seeing that
nice one.
diversity.
Nice one.
Somebody is an artist, he's using brush, paste, and all of that. Someone's an artist, creative, she's dancing. Now she's teaching. She's telling people how to do it her way and better. And then we have actors, also creative people. Then we have you now taking us centuries and doing it in less than 1.5 hours. Well, I celebrate you now.
Great work, my brother. Nice one.
But I also want of you to tell me about this. The dance I like that's intriguing. I think it's from the north, where the women wear their veil. And then they just move from
Maliki.
From sand to sand.
It's
a royal dance. Esther, talk about that dance.
Okay, I think we need to go. Yeah, I think we're going. Yes, it's time to go. I beg you, Doctor, Professor, you must dance. Hey, they're playing a song now.
Okay, let's dance.
Somebody has to help.
Can I remove? Where is he?